What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So as many of you guys may know, last week when I started my video, I was talking about my 2020 right here behind me, how I am losing coolant. Now, this is a kind of a problem I want to get addressed pretty quickly because I use my truck every single day and I just can't be losing coolant like that just keep happening and not knowing where it's coming from. So today we're going to dive a little bit deeper into the truck now that I have some more time. I looked it over really quick, probably like 15 minutes last week, and I couldn't find anything that was causing the leak. But today I'm really gonna go over every single hose, because really when you take everything off that I did, you only really touch so many things. And as many of you guys may know, if you follow me for a while now, I actually use different fittings, so I don't have to mess with the quick connect on the heater core, because a lot of times those are known to leak. So I didn't even touch that in the first place. I do not think it's coming from there, but I could be wrong. And I'm gonna pop the hood really quick and show you guys something different on the 2020 that I'm also gonna check for leaks for. Alright, so let's get this hood popped. I'm not sure if I really ever talked about this before or not, but on the 2020s, there's two different coolant tanks. That's the main one for the engine, but I'm pretty sure that little guy right there is for the fuel cooler. I'm pretty sure that's a new thing on the 2020s, because that is not on 17 through 19 trucks. That actually fed coolant to the injectors underneath the truck. And so those have to get capped and everything like that. So I'm going to check underneath the truck, check all out the metal hard lines. Even though I don't think these two are linked, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm just going to double check them all anyways, because it is a little bit low as it is. As you can see, my coolant tank is even lower than I think it was last week. There is nothing in there. And I've been driving it still. I'm not like overheating or anything of that sort. It's just like keep getting like the low coolant message light. So I just want to get that taken care of before I really have no coolant. It is that time of year that's really cool out. Like it's only like 30 degrees at night, and during the day it only gets to like 45, 50. So it's not like I'm worrying about overheating. I just want to make sure like I'm not like need head gaskets or something like that. I hope it's not that. I hope it's something simple. But let's dive into it a little bit deeper and see if we get this taken care of, hopefully. Now we're gonna pull a topside creeper over to the truck. If you guys have any sort of like pickup truck or anything like that, and you're doing a lot of work under the hood, I would definitely recommend getting one of these. It makes life so much easier, especially like when you have a bigger truck like a 2020 truck. I'm 6 foot tall, and as you can see how tall this truck actually is, and it's super hard to reach up over here, over the hood to get under here. So if you have one of these creepers, it definitely makes life a lot easier. I think I picked this up on Amazon like beginning of this year. I think I only paid like 200 bucks for it. So if you guys are doing a lot of work under the hood of your trucks, I definitely recommend getting one of these. All right, so let's get this set up. Good part is too, it does have locking wheels on it, so when you get it where you want it, you just push down with your foot like that, and it does lock them right into place, so you don't got to worry about this moving anywhere. It's also fully adjustable, everything like that. Makes life so much easier, like I was saying. So let's go ahead here now and get this checked out. Let's check this out a bit now. These two hoses right in here, as you can see, are really the two main hoses that only got touched during this whole process. Right back here, there's a quick connect on the firewall. Like I said, I really don't mess with that because those are really known to leak. As you can see what I did right here, I just took two fittings, kept the existing factory hose, put that adapter on there and ran this hose to the thermostat and then that one to the lower radiator. So like I said, these two look pretty good. I do not see like any dry coolant or anything of that sort on there. It may suck because I may have to pull the inner fender liner to check that bottom hose out because it does run down there. And then to the thermostat. So I'm going to check those two out because I can't really get the camera in there, and I'll report back on what I find. Alright, I think I probably actually for once in my life lucked out. I don't think it's something major like a head gasket. I think I have found where it's leaking from. Is one of the hoses going to the thermostat. I did see some dry coolant on there. So right now, I'm going to pull that hose out, disconnect it, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do to try to remedy this problem. Now I got the hose off. I'm actually losing a lot of coolant now after I disconnected that, as you can hear. Under the truck, I put a drain bucket because it's dripping most of the coolant out, so I'm trying to be pretty quick with this. So this fitting right here had like this permanent band on here. And for some reason, I don't think it's sealed up properly because it was leaking right around here. So I just went out and got a hose clamp, and I'm going to put this back on and really tighten it down with this hose clamp, slide it back in, and hopefully that would remedy my problem. As you can see what I did, I put the fitting back in, and I took a hose clamp and really tightened it on there because it was leaking from like right back here. It looked like there's a lot of dry coolant on there. So then this factory clamp was on there that came with the kit. So I no longer had that. I pried that off, put this hose clamp on here. So now I'm going to take this clamp, slide it back into the thermostat, clamp it all up, and then fill the tank back up and drive it around, make sure it's not really leaking, start it up, check for leaks. Then I'm just going to check the auxiliary fuel cooler underneath the truck, and we should be good to go. I got it all back together. I'm going to try to show you guys what I ended up doing if I get the camera in here. So as you can see right there, that clamp is leaking from right there going into the thermostat. The hardest part was getting this actual clamp back on there, not the hose clamp I put on, the retainer factory clamp that holds that into place. Sliding it down here with this whole angle in here sucks, but we got that back together. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start the truck back up, check for leaks. I had to disconnect these two plugs that go across the top of the Y bridge to get my channel locks in to be able to do that. But yeah, so I'm gonna hook that stuff back up. The last thing, like I said, we just gotta connect these two plugs over the top of the Y bridge, and then we're good to go. Start the truck, check for leaks, and hopefully that fixed my problem. Now that I got all that done, like I said, we're gonna fire the truck up. Check this over really quick for the leak. Make sure it's stopped and it's not gushing out of there now, because maybe I did something wrong. Start this up. Up, grab my flashlight that I forgot. I think we're golden. I don't see it leaking anywhere. So now the ultimate thing to be would just be to drive it like before and just monitor that tank. Wow. So cold in the garage, I actually kicked up the high idle. That's funny. Yeah, it's freezing out here in PA this time of year. But last thing, like I said, I'm gonna hop into the truck, check the one for the auxiliary fuel cooler, and we'll go from there. I just got done climbing out from underneath the truck. Everything looked fine under there. All the coolant lines look good. So the last thing to do right now is just take the coolant and top it off. Now you just use this Dexcool GM stuff. I always just buy the concentrate because it's a lot cheaper. This whole thing costs like $15, and if you get it pre-mixed 50-50, it's still around like 13-14 bucks. So you might as well just get the 1 gallon of it, mix it, and you can get 2 gallons out of it for the same price, just so you guys know. So I got my distilled water right there. Coolant here. We're gonna top it off real quick and drive it around, and I'll let you guys know next week on how it goes. So that's about it for this video, guys. I'm really glad it wasn't something more major. I figured in the back of my mind it wasn't going to be a major issue because the truck is really brand new still. It only has like 15,000 miles on it, and I don't beat on it like most people do. I really take care of my stuff the best I can. So I'm really fortunate. Like I said, it wasn't something major. I'll let you guys know next week if that resolved the issue. I hope it did. But if you guys are new here, be sure to subscribe. If you like what you saw, leave this video a big thumbs up. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.
Your light is gone, all of the darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation.